Now, in case you were concerned that I hadn't yet talked about the iPhone X this week, rest assured we're going to talk about it now. Handquake has a great question about facial recognition on the new phone and what that might mean for how you interface with law enforcement, because of course most iPhones right now unlock with a fingerprint, but if a police officer can grab your phone and point it at you to unlock it and incriminate you, shouldn't there be some protections against that kind of thing? Now, here in the United States, we have a constitutional protection against self-incrimination. So if I have information on my phone that I know would convict me of a crime and my phone is locked with a password, I don't have to give that password to the police because I can invoke my Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination. I had the password in my head. Giving that up would self-incriminate myself, and that has been a protection that the courts have recognized. However, the courts have decided that fingerprints, biometrics, facial features are not things that you have in your head. They're things that you just have, and therefore they're not entitled to the same protections. So it might be easier for a criminal with a iPhone X to get that phone unlocked by the police just by having them pointed at that criminal's face to get access to the phone, because there are simply no Fifth Amendment protections against biometrics. So if you are concerned about this feature, my suggestion would be not to use it and rely on passwords only, because you will be protected against having to compel your password over, whereas you are not protected on your biometrics. And the new phone, of course, just like the current versions, offers those biometrics as something they really want you to use, but you can decide to turn them off. We also saw during the event that Apple did that Craig Federici, the guy on stage demoing that feature, it didn't work right away for him because there was a few people that had handled the phone before he came out on stage, and it forced him to type in a password. So the same kinds of protections that Apple has now with the fingerprint, I think, will apply to the new phone, and that there are too many false faces in front of the phone. It will then require the password. Likewise, if the phone goes 48 hours without a face recognition, at least a valid face recognition, it will also require a password re-entry. But if you're really concerned about this thing, my advice is never to use biometrics on your phone.
This channel is brought to you by my Patreon supporters, including gold level supporters, the Black Eyed and Blues Music Hour podcast, Chris Allegretta, John Prawl, William Miller, and Charlie Walden. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to Lon.TV/Patreon to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit Lon.TV/S.